Alright, time to take a look at the Seventour portable car multimedia player. Okay, so that is a nice big display. So on the back we got mounting points, and then everything is on the left side. So we've got aux, audio video in, so it's going to be for your rear camera. We got USB-A, micro USB, and we got our power port. So this is our mount. We can see that it's just a double-sided adhesive, so we'll stick that on the back, and we can stick this on whatever we want. One of the cool things I noticed about this is it actually has two prongs, which means we can either use the bottom two or we can use the top two depending on how high we want it. So we can attach it on the bottom to make it a little higher. We can attach it on the top to make it a little bit lower. So this does have a little locking wheel, so we can lift it up, spin it around, and get whatever the heck kind of angle we want. And it looks like we have a second mount. So that's neat. So if we don't want to use the adhesive, we can actually just use a suction cup. We got an angle right here, and then this lever on the back pulls that suction cup in. So this style is very good. You know this is going to stick. We got a ball mount on the other side, so that's going to be how you can rotate it and get the angle that you want. But what's really cool is it actually has this, so you can extend that out too. So lots of different options for mounting this guy. So it actually comes with an auxiliary cable. So if your car has an aux port, you can plug this into the car and then plug the other side into that screen. You got a car outlet adapter, so that's going to be an easy way to supply power to it so you can get it going right away. And we got our rear dash cam with a nice long cable on here too. So that's good. Now it looks like we got a couple options to mount it. So we got this little baggie. It's got a couple of screws in here. So if we want to, we can screw that right to the headliner, or we got that double stick adhesive so we can stick it right to the window. So I'm going to plug in the dash cam and the power. There's a very nice screen on it, which is something I've come to expect from Seventour. They always do a very nice screen. So I do like to see it has both CarPlay and Android Auto. I'm going to be using a Samsung, so I'm going to use Android Auto. Okay, so this is showing that it is car BT54 ACD5. So let's look for that on the phone. There we go. Welcome to Android Auto. So continue. Yeah, that's awesome. So it works right out of the box, and it has a speaker built in. Now, obviously, the speaker on here isn't going to be as good as what's in your car. So what we can do, we got a couple of options. We can do the aux, but what I want to use is the FM tuner. So this is really cool. What this is going to do is it's going to allow you to transmit through FM to your FM car stereo. So if you don't have a plug that you can use with your stereo, as long as your stereo has an FM tuner, you can still use this. So let's go ahead and set this to 102 megahertz. Now I have a stereo that has an FM tuner.
Powering on.
And set that to 102. Looks like we're getting a little interference, so there might be another channel. There we go. So now we're on 106. So that's one of the cool things about this. You can transmit this to any stereo. So you got a home stereo, you got a car stereo, you got a portable stereo like that. This can work with literally any stereo that has an FM receiver. Oh, and we can even fine tune that. Cool. Let's go back to Android Auto. So that's what's great about this thing. Right now I'm streaming wireless from the phone to the display and wireless from the display to the stereo. Basically the only thing we need here is power, and this thing just works. We have AirPlay and AutoLink. We also have USB, so if you want to plug a USB stick in and play what's on there. We can view what's on the SD card right there. Bluetooth music, so if you want to play what's on our phone, we can do that. We have an equalizer. We got the wallpaper, so if we don't like that background, I actually kind of like that background. If we want to make phone calls, we can do that right from here. Here we can change the screen brightness, so if it's too bright, so you're driving during the night and you don't want this thing glowing in your face, just hit that, that'll darken it up. Change the speaker volume right now. Okay, so we're actually not even all the way up. So it was at 30 out of 40. So we can change the language, we can change the date time, we can do an update. It'll tell us what the system version is. We can change what program is going to actually open when it's connected to a phone, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Oh, we can actually change the brightness for daytime as well. So right, it was at 9, now it's at 10. So if you want to fine tune that, you can do that. CVBS, what is display? Brightness, contrast, so yeah, if you want to fine tune the display, all that, you can do that there. Sound effect, it's going to make it louder if we want to. Change the master volume. Reverse setting. So you can turn on the parking line, so if you want to have those lines to help you park, you can use that. Reversing mirror, so if it's backwards, you can swap that here. Reversing mute, and then we can, okay, so this is where you can actually change how those parking lines are going to set up. So depending on how big your car is and anything like that. So, cool. And then we can do a factory reset. So I did not see a menu on here for using the rear cam, but it does say on here, red cable connects to reverse light 12 volt positive. So what that means is that in order for this to work, we just need to connect that red wire to the brake power, which is kind of cool because what that means is whenever you put your car in reverse, it will automatically switch the display to the rear camera. So yeah, overall, that is a very cool display. If you got an old car with an old stereo, you want to give it a nice upgrade and you want to do it very easily, this is a perfect option for that.